But today we are talking about this version of it. The woman who has mistaken control for chemistry, the woman who has mistaken chaos for depth, the woman who thinks love is only real if she is suffering, sacrificing, coaching, dragging, carrying, explaining, and emotionally babysitting a grown man. That woman is tired. She is always tired and somehow still dating the same type in a new outfit and hairstyle. Every man is misunderstood. Every man is going through something. Every man needs support. Every man has potential. Baby, potential has ruined more women than betrayal ever did. Potential is the coupon code of bad relationships. It keeps convincing people they are getting more than what is actually in the cart. And women who are addicted to potential often call themselves loyal when they are really just attached to the struggle, because struggle makes them feel important. A peaceful relationship feels boring to them. A reciprocal relationship feels flat to them. A mature man feels intimidating to them. A successful man feels harder to outshine. A secure man leaves no room for performance. That is the real issue with Tia, because some women need the performance. They need to be the saint. They need to be the burden barrier. They need to be the wise woman who held him together with sage, spreadsheets, and side eyes. And then when it falls apart, they act shocked. No, sister, you did not just pick wrong. You picked familiar. That is different. You picked what let you feel powerful. You picked what let you avoid vulnerability. You picked what let you stay in charge. You picked what led you to be needed without ever having to be truly known. Because that is another thing nobody wants to talk about. Sometimes rescuing people is a way to avoid intimacy. Yes, I said it, because real intimacy requires mutuality. A real intimacy requires softness. Real intimacy requires letting somebody see your flaws too. And real intimacy requires not always being the competent one. Intimacy requires equality, and equality feels risky to people who are used to having power. That is why they keep choosing lopsided situations. That is why they always end up pouring into somebody. That is why the relationship always somehow becomes a full-time service position. It is safer to be the rescuer than to be the partner, because the rescuer stays on top. The rescuer stays admired. The rescuer is always needed. They don't need, they're always the one that's needed. The rescuer is the one who stays in control of the emotional weather. But the partner has to share that role. Now, Tia, unfortunately for you, I'm just going to get messier right here. Some people say they left a relationship because they had outgrown it. But what they really mean is they could no longer dominate it. Sometimes what bothers them is not that the man changed, is that the power balance changed. Sometimes his success exposes that her value was never just being loved. It was being one above him. And once she cannot feel bigger than him, she starts feeling smaller than him. So she runs towards situations where she can become large again. back to mentoring, back to guiding, back to directing, back to rescuing, back to being the forearm of somebody's emotional construction site.